Alright, what's going on, you guys? Back today with another video. This time I don't have a drone in my hand for the first time doing a video, because today we're going to be talking more so about buying used drones in general than about one specific drone like I normally do. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not buying used drones from Facebook Marketplace is a good or bad idea. I personally use Facebook Marketplace all the time, buying, whatever it may be. I like to use Facebook Marketplace, and I know a lot of people do the same thing because you can get good prices for stuff, and there's basically, if you look hard enough, you can find anything you're really looking for. So today in this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not it is a good idea to look for used drones on Facebook Marketplace. I don't have any more. My very first drone that I had was a DJI Mini SE, and I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. So just because I don't have that drone now, I still have done Facebook Marketplace drone shopping and actually bought a drone. I have used a drone from Facebook Marketplace, and I still shop all the time for drones on Facebook Marketplace. So I do have quite a bit of experience doing this. So today I'm going to give you my honest opinion about whether or not that's a good or bad idea. All right, first we're going to talk about, I guess we'll call it the four main ways that you'll see drones on Facebook Marketplace. The first one being scams. They're obvious. Keep your eye out for things that look way too good to be true. If they're, a seemingly perfect drone for a third of what it's worth new, that's going to be a scam. So look out for scams. You get scammed on Facebook Marketplace at any point shopping for anything. So just be careful. The next way you'll see drones on Marketplace is if they have obvious damage, if they've been crashed, maybe the body is cracked or maybe it got wet, and whoever's selling it thinks that it can be fixed, is convinced that it can be fixed, or maybe they're right, maybe it can be fixed. But I personally would avoid any sort of crash damage drone unless you have previous experience fixing drones, and if you have skill in that sense. I personally have never put my hands on a drone and fixed it. If it's been crashed, I've never personally done that, so I personally avoid drones on Marketplace that have been crashed. The third way you'll see drones on Marketplace are drones that are in good working condition, that the owner has gotten all the use out of it that they can, and they're moving on to a newer, more updated model. These drones are usually have a lot of flight time on them, are still in good physical condition because this person has been using them for a while, using them for a long time. They're usually older models. So they're usually those three things, but they usually work, and you can usually get these at a good price because the person selling them knows that they're outdated and knows that there's newer models, and knows that their drone is not worth a lot because of the amount of battery cycles that it's gone through and the amount of flight time that it has, and it's just general outdatedness. And then the final way you'll see them on Marketplace, which is the best way, is, in my opinion, the best way, is pretty new models that someone spent the money on and thought they would use, and then within a couple months they realize they don't use it, it hasn't gotten off the shelf, and they just want some cash back for it. And usually these are priced at, in the same ballpark as the new drone, but obviously less, which is where it brings value to you, because you can get a basically new drone for for less price than it would be new, but for a comparable device. It hasn't really been used much. So I've seen it a lot. I see it a lot with the Mini 4 Pro on Facebook Marketplace. Someone spent the $800, $900 on it and then just doesn't use it. So now it's up for sale for $750, and it's still been used, but not very much, and you can get a great deal on it that way. So those are the four main ways that I see drones listed on Marketplace. Again, one is scams, avoid scams. Two is crashed and just damaged. Three is older drones that have a lot of use on them. And then the fourth way I see them is pretty dang new drones that just the owner did not use them, or has not used it in the way they intended, so they're looking to get rid of it. And that fourth way there is the one that I like to capitalize on, or the one that I would suggest you guys capitalize on, is those drones that barely have any use, that the owner's looking to get rid of for a discounted price when compared to what it would be if you just bought it straight from DJI. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on Facebook Marketplace and I'm going to do some drone shopping. Specifically, I'm looking for a DJI Avata or Avata 2. So I'm going to look on there for that, and we'll just kind of go through different listings, and I'll tell you what I think you should look for and what you should avoid, and we'll go through it in real time and just see what we find. All right, y'all. Here we are on Facebook Marketplace. I just started off by looking up DJI drones, and we have a few options right off the bat. I'm going to start here with this Air 2S that catches my eye as a fishing drone. I really like the Air 2S. It's a good drone. He's obviously got the Fly More combo, and at $600, it's not a bad deal. But I would be skeptical of the fact that he uses it to carry a load. If he's fishing with it, he's carrying either a big lure or maybe a big piece of bait and some lead weight. So I would steer clear of this one personally, because I know it's been carrying around a heavy load, which just can't be good for the motors. These are little things that you got to pay attention to, and maybe I'm being overcritical of the way he's used his drone, but I personally would not buy that one for that reason. We have ourselves a Mini 4 Pro, and this is very similar to case number 4 that I mentioned. This is a drone. It says brand new in the box, never opened, and this is a better deal than you can find it for online for most places. So you just have to trust that it's never open. But he's got the drone and he's got the box, so you can get a better deal than you can online for this drone, even though this one has barely or not at all been used. We'll go down here, Mini 3 combo. This one I don't think is a very good deal. I got my Mini 3 combo refurbished from DJI, my Fly More combo with the exact same stuff this guy has. I got it for $550. So I personally would not be paying $600 for this kit because it's been used. And maybe this is why it's been listed for 15 weeks and hasn't been sold, is because everyone else has the same idea as me. Here's a perfect example of a great deal here. So this is probably worth about $275. This guy here, $270 at Best Buy, and he's got an open box because he tried to use it, but he's never even flown it. And there you go, $270 cut down to $225, and with a little negotiation, I bet you can walk out the door with this thing for $200. Get yourself a DJI Mini 2. So I think this is a great deal if you're interested in something like this. And now I told you guys I was interested in the Avata or Avata 2. Here's one here. I think this is a great deal. 6 months old, and I'd have to imagine he just hasn't been getting the use out of it that he's wanted. He's got the goggles, got the motion controller, the drone remote, all that good stuff. A nice case for under $650, and I could probably get him down to, I'd probably pay about $575 for this drone, and that'd be a great deal for me, but I don't quite have the cash for it yet. But I'm really interested in this drone, and that's just kind of how you got to go through these posts. Is you have to look through the details, look at the pictures, look at how they've treated it and what they use it for, and you can find yourself a really good deal. All right, y'all, now that we've talked for a little while and I've told you kind of how I go through shopping for drones on Facebook Marketplace, I'll answer the question, I'll give you the final verdict as far as whether or not it's a good or bad idea to shop for drones on Facebook Marketplace. Overall, I think it's a fantastic place to shop for used drones, and really use anything for that matter. But definitely a great place to look for used drones if you're careful and if you do your research. And you can't just sit there and ask whoever's selling it a million questions about the drone, but pick a few questions, flight time, battery recharges, and overall condition, and make sure when you're there you get to see it fly. You don't necessarily have to be the one to fly it. You just need to see it fly, and just do your due diligence to make sure it's a decent item, a decent drone that they have. But overall, if you are careful not to get scammed and you know what you want, Facebook Marketplace can be an absolutely great place to buy a used drone. Guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know down in the comments if you did, and if you did, make sure to subscribe for more content. I post twice a week, so make sure you stick around for more of my content. But most of all, thanks for watching, y'all.